Hi guys. I'm not feeling very well today, but I'm going to try to put this out anyway and try to keep it short and not long-winded. Any of you watching the sun have realized that SDO, IWSA, SWMF, European Space Agency, Japanese servers, SOHO data, the list goes on and on. All these sources have been down for at least 36 hours. The only thing we can seem to see is raw data plots from GOES and ACE. I'm on the Planet X Research Virtual Observatory right now. I can't pull up any SDO imagery. The only information I'm getting back is that geospace is unsettled and we've had M-class flares. No magnetopause signets, no CME prediction arrival. However, we do have simple graphs. We've had, in a minute I'm going to show you some alternative resources while these things are down. But anyway, enough of our site. Since the 29th, here's the solar flare activity. We've had several M flares, a flurry of almost M flares. Most recent looks like a C9, maybe an M1 that just happened maybe 30 minutes to an hour ago. We're flying blind here besides the raw graphical data. Here's what concerns me. You have a beta gamma spot at 1513 and another beta gamma at 1514, and it looks like 1515 could be 12. 1512, although it's turning the western limb, is also still very active. And then you got this enormous coronal hole, which I'm sure we are receiving that stream by. Now, a lot of people are blaming the outages on the massive windstorm in the eastern United States. I've got to question that. That just does not sit well with me. Too many sources from separate servers, different resources. I do know that the East Coast, especially around the DC area, is a major nexus of servers for distributing information that comes into the country from various places. But come on, folks, they got redundancies, under redundancies. They got power backup systems and such. I don't know what to think, but my gut's telling me that what I can see going on is extreme solar activity, also resulting in extreme temperatures, and I don't have to tell many of you that. Let's look at the active regions. You can see that 1513 is beta gamma, 1514 is beta gamma, 1515, it's hard to see there, but I would suspect that's going to be beta gamma very soon. And look how active there's your coronal hole. And look how active even the one that's turning the western. I've got a video I'll play in a minute thanks to T-Bar. He did, I don't know how he did it, but he did get SDO imagery from yesterday, the missing SDO day, which I'll play in a minute, and you'll see how many filament eruptions come off of these areas. It's very alarming. They're constantly seething, spitting out ejecta, but what you'll also see is major filament eruptions coming from both of these areas directed towards Earth, along with a major coronal hole stream that should be hitting us any time now. Along with that, let me go back to the dashboard. We still have extremely high solar wind speed. The temperatures have come down some, but they were pretty high yesterday, above a 4. But I've been keeping a close eye on the temperature and the wind speed. Some other resources you can use until these come back online. I'll put a link to this Pixie magnetosphere model. I tried the movie maker to go back and look at the 30th, but either I'm doing something wrong or it's not functioning correctly right now. But at least we've got a model of the magnetosphere. So right now this is the only model I can find, and I got to give CG, one of our researchers, a lot of credit. She has provided me with a lot of this information. Another resource you can use until everything's back up is NOAA Space Weather Prediction Center. While there's not a ton of information here, to give you some, as you can see, ISWA is down, and this goes for just about, I mean, you go on Solar IMG, you go to Delta, you go to Solar Max's site, earthspacemonitor.org. Most of his imagery is down. The graphs are up, but the imagery is still down. And I just wanted to throw this in there. I'm looking at the induction magnometer. The pulsations, multi-line resonances, seem to have stopped today at midnight. They usually go on until 1600. They did start again promptly at 1400, but they stopped promptly at midnight UTC. So that's the first change we've seen in the multi-line resonance in weeks. Still don't know what the source is, don't know what this means, but they only broadcast or receive this, wherever these sources are coming from. This only occurred for a few hours, and instead of going on to 1600 today, it has stopped at midnight. But there will be some video to follow with a missing day of SDO imagery, and if I come up with anything else that sheds light on this, I will include it after this video. If anybody else knows of any other alternative resources we can use until our SOHO, stereo, SDO, helio viewer, things of that nature, until those come back up online, if you know of any other reliable sources, especially models, please reply, and I'll include these alternative links in the description box. Thanks.